2022 Galatzó. See, Galatzó was always supposed to be our Chardonnay-based wine. However, the first two vintages, 2020 and 21, we didn't have enough Chardonnay, simply because our vineyards were too young, and or it wasn't of the quality we needed and wanted for our Galatzó. So the first two vintages, there has been a high proportion of Gyroros in the wine, much more than we actually initially wanted with the wine, speaking sort of vision. This year, however, nature was fantastically kind with us and gave us so much amazing quality Chardonnay that we have been able to produce a Galatzó of 85% Chardonnay and only 15% Gyroros. And now to make it even more exciting this year when we started doing the blends, we tasted a bit of, well, to start from the beginning, in 2021, we had a proportion of Gyroros that we decided to let age for a while to see how it would develop. So we basically put it in a tank, and then we took a small proportion of it and put into 3 barrels of 500 liters, 3 different barrels. And then after 2 or 3 months, we blended them back into the tank. And that really created a whole different layer of complexity and expression in the Gyroros. And then we had this genius idea of trying to blend some of that Gyroros into the 2022 Chardonnay. And it made so much sense. It really lifted the wine up and created that magic that we always search for when we start doing blends. So a super elegant and intellectual and sophisticated wine as always. So the style and the texture and the idea is the same, but the blend for the first time is much more Chardonnay than ever before. And you really have this beautiful, for me, Chardonnay, pure Chardonnay nose. And when I say that, I'm not speaking of trying to make a Burgundy or a Californian Chardonnay or anything like this. This is really Benavista, this is really Mallorca. And when I mean that, what I'm trying to say is that for me it's incredible what we can reach in terms of aromatic ripeness and still with so much freshness in the wine, so much acidity without ever making heavy wines. It really has this beautiful expression of citrus fruits, yellow apple, but fresh yellow apple. And wow, this is so, it starts really light and then it just expands on the palate with so much complexity. But again, this is a wine that really speaks with a velvety texture. It's almost like silk velvet on your palate that keeps sort of unfolding. It speaks very much with texture and structure rather than energy and dynamic. And this is what we've always wanted with this wine. It's a much more laid back, relaxed, I said sophisticated wine. And it's actually a wine that I, in a very egoistic state, would love to drink just on its own, sitting here watching my view. But it's also a wine that always with Galatzó, it's a food wine. But this year, really classical things. I'm thinking of sole meunière with butter, lime, lemon, capers, onions, super classical, clean seafood, or just on its own. And it really shines in the Riedel. This is the Sauvignon, this is Chardonnay Viognier glass from Riedel that really brings out sort of the elegance, the sophistication, and very much the balance in the wine, both aromatic but also on your palate. So 2022 Galatzó, different, but still the same and much better. Enjoy.